Hey kids, today we'll be making a chili that's delicious and easy to make on today's episode of Cooking with Dad. A lot of people have a lot of ideas about what makes a great chili. These are the ingredients I always use. Got some red kidney beans, black beans, corn, stewed tomatoes, throw some peppers in there. I like to chop up lots of celery so it's crunchy. I also like to use ground pork. It's not only less expensive, but it's not that bad actually. And onion. Where's the... Do I have any onions? Oh.
A few moments later.
Onion. Okay. Some people can also put in mushrooms, but not really a fan. Doesn't keep as long. Once you've got the ground pork in the frying pan, give it a liberal dusting of some chili powder. Get it on there. We're gonna fry up this ground pork. Chop it up in little pieces. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Get that all broken up in there. Now this is gonna be a pretty heavy duty chili, so I put in 2 packs of meat. Double up on it. I find it a lot better that way, but tailor to your own needs. I have not tried any kind of Beyond Meat, although I wouldn't be against trying. Alright, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. So while this is cooking and seasoned, we're gonna get all those cans opened and add them to our main pot. Woo! Yep, it's starting to cook, starting to stick together. Make sure to give it some more choppa. Just don't keep chopping it, because then the darn thing won't cook. You gotta let it sit for a little bit before you start chopping away again. Which is good, because we're gonna go on to our next step. With all the ingredients in the pot, we want to start turning this baby on to medium and add some seasoning into there. Normally I'd put in a Cajun spice, but I can't find it. I think I used it all last time. So we're gonna use smoky ranchero. Sure, why not? Give it a good layer on there. I don't know how many tablespoons this is. I just kind of, there you go, shake a bunch so it's covering the top. You can always add more later, but try not to add too much. If the lid falls off, scoop it out. But Dad, what about the spice? I like these guys, but I also don't like to add them to the chili, so people can add it to their bowl when they're done, and they can have their own level of spiciness, what they prefer. Also good for kids who maybe don't like spice at all. Next, we're gonna prepare the peppers. Get yourself a small knife. This isn't small, but it's what I found. So, apart from a steak knife, I guess we're gonna use this darn thing. Okay, try to cut the top off best you can. Kind of go around it. Oh, you bugger. Get there. Okay, rip the top off. Got a bunch of seeds and crap in there. I'm gonna take all that out. Doesn't make a good chili having it all full of this nonsense. Okay. Bah, there, good enough. So there's one. What you wanna do with the peppers, what I like to do, slice down these lines that are here. They give you some pieces. And then we're gonna try to kind of julienne them and kind of slice them up a little bit here. Get them into some strips. Oh yeah. But as you know, red peppers are not actually part of the pepper family. They're actually fruit. Christopher Columbus named them incorrectly. Oh, they sure are tasty. Alright. Kind of a big old mess. They're kind of big pieces, but that's not so bad. We'll just do this next one here real quick. I've been making chili for a long time. and every time I do, I modify it a little bit until I came to pretty much this recipe of my own liking and preference. Some chilies, some people make them really runny. Some people have them on a slow cooker for like 8 hours and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. With a family of 4 in the house, you don't want to have anything on the stove for all day because it's just, you got better things to do. So it ain't gotta be perfect, just don't cut your darn finger off. Nobody wants to eat that in a chili. All right. Hey Dad, isn't that a lot of peppers? Well, depends if you like peppers. They just add a sweetness to it. That's why I like the Cajun sauce. Or the Cajun seasoning. But there wasn't any. Maybe next time. Now that meat's almost ready to go in the pot. Just keep chopping away at it. You can tell because some of those spots on there start to flip over the meat and it's got some dark spots on the other side. Now that's what we want. Nice and cooked. Alright. So we're just going to give that probably another minute and then add that to our pot. Alright, for celery, this one's looking a little, not the greatest celery in the world, that's for sure. But what you want to do first thing when you're cutting up celery, get rid of the end. What is that? You don't want that. Okay. Top part, this part all stinks, so get rid of that. Figure out which ones in here are like too flimsy or weird looking, and then you're left with a bunch of sticks. You want to rinse each of these in the sink, make sure to clean them up, let them dry off before you start to chop them. Alright, we got our celery all washed up. Let's start chopping up in little pieces. I don't know, there's some weird ones still in here. If we grab this, kind of tuck them in a little bit, again, little pieces, little bite-sized pieces. Which one's on it? Okay. Again, don't chop your fingers off. Now there's a bunch of celery. I don't know, maybe I'll put a couple more in there. This would also be a great recipe if, let's say you're a bachelor and you gotta make food on a budget and you're like, oh man, how can I get good nutrition and protein for like 20 bucks that I can eat for the entire week? Well, this will probably fill that bill. Yeah, more celery. Got it, may as well cut it up. Last but not least, we have the onion. I actually prefer yellow or white in a chili. I've tried red onions, they're just not my thing in a chili. Cut it in half, cut off the ends. Get rid of that woody part that's under there. Kind of peel away the outside. There. Make sure there's no skins around. It'll be a really weird texture to bite into chili and get a skin in your mouth. Okay, so lengthwise, start chopping like this. You want to have them, I don't know what that is. Is that a 1/4 inch? I'm in Canada, so I don't know what, what's that? 3/4 of a centimeter? Chop them up. If you have a chopper machine that you can slice these things up easier, push them through a blade. Be a lot easier probably. Oh, there we go. All right. That might be enough. I don't want too much onion. Might cut off the other half. I don't know, we'll see. We want to add that to our pot now. Now this here's the pot I've been using. Fairly big, fairly deep, but this is why. Oh, where's the bloody spoon? There we go. All right, so now we've got all of our ingredients in here. Everything in here. Turn down the heat a little bit. Now that is going to be a tasty chili. Yep, give it a good stir around. Look at that. Hardly no effort. Delicious. Add in some kosher salt. If you don't got kosher salt, put in some whatever salt. Black peppercorns I like to add as well. Just throw like, I don't know, a dozen of them in here. Stir them around. Kids don't like peppercorns, so I usually just keep them out now, but there we go. So what we want to do now, find a lid. Where the hell is the lid for this thing? It's around somewhere. Find a lid, cover it up. Time it minimum 45 minutes. You can do it for an hour, hour and a half. Any more than that, it just doesn't matter. So let's set it to simmer on a minimum, and I'll see you in an hour.
A few moments later.
Okay, chili's about half done cooking now, so let's take a look in there and see what we got. Grab a spoon, maybe stir it up a little bit. Yep. It's been simmering. That's looking pretty good. That's about what we want. Maybe a little bit too many peppers, but that's alright. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm gonna try a little sip here. Yeah, a little bit there. Not bad. I'm gonna add a little bit more chili powder to that. I need a little touch more salt, and put it back on for another half hour. Okay, so chili's all done. That's our finished product right there. Look at that, delicious. Just because it's chili doesn't mean it has to look like what everyone else's chili looks like. This is delicious. It's still a chili. You're not gonna get all kinds of wicked farts from it either. There's not that many beans. Just grate a little cheese on top of there while it's hot. Get that all melted up. Yeah, get some cheese on there. Look at that. Who wouldn't love that chili? All right, hope you enjoyed. Follow along, try your own. Let me know in the comments how yours turned out. See you next time.